So this is a little different than my normal content, but we stayed at a couple different hotels on our vacation, and I thought, why not show you what our rooms were like, because we always want to see those, so here is ours. So this Staybridge is pretty much the same as the other ones that we've come across, slightly different, but the basic layout is the same. So this is the one in Mount Juliet in Tennessee. It's about like 10 minutes or so from Nashville. So starting off, you have some snacks and stuff over here after you come in, and some of these you pay for. Some of them, I don't know if it's because we were members, but they offered us like a free soda when we got there. And they did also have like a bar night thing. Like, I don't know, they had some event, but we missed it. But they had a lot of stuff you could buy. This is the main lobby area, and also they have a breakfast that they do. I don't know if they change it every time. When we stayed at Staybridge before in Utah, they did change their menu a little bit, but it wasn't like drastically different. It was like sausage instead of bacon kind of a thing. The food here was so good. So for our breakfast, they had done like an egg thing. I didn't record it, but it was like an egg thing with like cheese in the middle, almost like a Velveeta cheese. It was so good. And I don't know if we got an off season or what, but even in the morning, this place was pretty empty for like a breakfast. So these are the chairs out here that you can sit at. They had this little office area that you could choose if you wanted to, kind of a little secluded, just off that main room that I had just showed you. This is the outside. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is by the pool area. The door that you're seeing right now, that is where you come out from the breakfast area and to the pool. The pool is pretty small. Like, it's not, like, I didn't see a hot tub, first of all. And as for a pool, it was pretty small. And it's just this cute little walk area over here. They did have a couple barbecues if people wanted to use them, and a fire going. I think it was just like a gas fire. But, I mean, overall, for just like a regular little hotel, it's not too bad. Our one in Utah did have a little bit bigger of a pool and a hot tub. I don't know if they changed that location to location or what. I would assume so. But there you can see the outdoor fire. They didn't have it going when we walked by, I don't think. It was just kind of there. But it'd be nice in the evening. Just make sure that you got some bug spray, because there were a lot of the Nautiums out there. That was not fun to deal with. Here's one last shot of the pool. Again, it's not terrible. It was a little small. We didn't swim. We were leaving the next morning, but I just wanted to show it here. Now on to the elevator. So for this elevator, I was trying to show it. It's kind of hard to see. It was huge, which is awesome. I love a big elevator. When you get up to the other floors, you can actually look down at that main area, which I thought was really cool. Just like a fun little feature of like, hey, you can see how busy it is. And again, like, that's the main area where you can kind of eat after breakfast. Now, on to the first room. We did get 2 rooms when we stayed here, so this is 204. It always is super cute. I love the little lights and stuff outside. So this was our accessible room. We didn't ask for it. We just ended up in the accessible room. As you can tell, it has 2 peepholes, so if you're in a wheelchair or something, you can look through. And then when you first walk in, there's the thermostat, and then immediately is the kitchen. And it was really nice. This is after we had stayed there, so I'm sorry you can see some trash and cups and stuff. But I thought about recording this afterwards. So just showing you some of the things. I thought this was interesting. They put individual salt and pepper packages in the shakers instead of on their own. Whereas like the sugar and stuff was in its own little container that didn't look like a shaker. It was just interesting. He had a lot of cabinet space, this gorgeous kind of backsplash wall thing. I'm going to pretend I know what I'm talking about. Here we have a coffee pot, obviously mandatory because we need coffee. And then the toilet paper, or paper towel, not toilet paper, paper towel roll. And then you got a couple utensils, not a whole lot. It did have a little stovetop thing here, which was nice if we wanted to cook in there. Had the overhead thing to kind of help cool down. Nothing up here in this cabinet. Again, I just kind of wanted to show, because some of the rooms that we've looked at, nobody really shows what the rooms have. So if you're planning to stay here for a while, I just wanted to show all of the amenities of things. Like, not really amenities, but like, I don't know what you would call it, the stuff that they include, like forks, knives, stuff like that. They do have a can opener if you need that. Because again, if you're planning to stay here, most of the time when you pick this kind of hotel, you're going to be cooking in your hotel room. So it's just nice to know what stuff you have. Got like some pots and pans, strainer, again, pots and pans. Like, They've got enough that you could probably function just fine with whatever meal you choose. Other than there is no oven, you will want to pick something that you can cook on a stovetop or in a microwave. There's a lot of open space too if you wanted to bring your own things. And then you have the dishwasher. They usually will include 1 or 2 packets of the cleaner stuff for it. And I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory. Again, a lot of open space that you can choose from and put your stuff in there if you wanted to, food, whatever. And then eventually we're going to get onwards to the cups and things. Every hotel places them differently, so you really do have to look around and see where they're stashed. And then here are the plates. They were kind of a funky shape. Got some bowls stacked really tall. Here is the fridge. We didn't put anything in the fridge. We stayed here for one night, but it does have the purifier little pitcher thing if you wanted that. Well, actually, I don't know if it's a purifier. It might just be a regular old pitcher, but still, it's there. And then you have the freezer. It's nice that this is a full-size fridge. If you have a lot of food and you're planning to stay here for a while, it's just like being in an apartment. And then above was quite difficult to reach. I'm short, but there is nothing up there. You could add stuff if you wanted to. Then turning around, this is the cabinet space that you've got kind of underneath them. Again, microwaves down there, extra paper towels, soaps and stuff for the dishwasher. And this is where it was a little interesting. We didn't get a restock of the stuff, so that was kind of whatever. But this table is short. So this is the accessible. You can have a wheelchair just wheel up to that edge there. Typically, these are more high, like a kind of a bar style, but instead this is very short. Over here, we've got the living room. This is one of the main reasons we love this hotel. It just gives you a little spot to sit. Our view wasn't like very great, but it's okay. We were only here for one night. It did have a little plug that you could use from the lamp to charge your phone. I will say I haven't had the greatest of luck with these in the past. Typically, the charge power is really low, so do keep that in mind. Yours might be different. Every time I've tried to use it, my phone takes a lot longer to charge than if I would have just put it into the wall. I think that's just the mechanics of having a light switch or a plug on a lamp thing. Here's our view. We had the air conditioners and a wall. So again, the view wasn't like ideal. It wasn't terrible. Now on to the room. So ours was a 2-bedroom suite. So this is the main bedroom. I loved the desk. It was so nice if I was planning to work. This would have been phenomenal. So, of course, you've got your TV and different things on the walls. There was a couple dings and marks. I mean, that's to be expected when you stay at a hotel. Overall, though, this room was awesome. You had so much space. It was amazing. Again, really loved the desk. And then this was my view out the window. Once again, the view is like, meh, it's fine. Like, we only stayed here one night before we continued on our journey. But we had spare tables and air conditioning units. If you peeked around the corner, you could kind of see the pool, which was nice, and a little bit of the parking lots and stuff. Bedside table, you did have another lamp with the plug in it. Again, it works just fine. Then you have a very interesting clock. This was my biggest thing because it has the things all the way around. So you can have it just in the middle of the beds or whatever, any direction, and it did have some charging ports off of it as well. Headboard, I mean, it's nice that it's not material so it doesn't feel as creepy because sometimes it's like, how do you clean that? Then this is the door to the other bedrooms. So there was a weird lock mechanic of something on it. I don't know what it was. We accidentally locked it. But the other room has 2 beds. And again, the view is going to be pretty much the same. The door that's going to be coming up at kind of the end of this wall is locked. That's where they have the mechanics of the room, like the air conditioner units, controls, I'm sure, and like the water heater and whatever. But continuing right ahead, we've got the TV, which is nice if you wanted to watch TV. And then the dresser underneath it if you wanted to unpack. This is that door I was telling you about. You don't have access. That is for the staff to have. And here's the view out the other window. A little bit better view of the pool, but again, mostly looking at buildings and the air conditioning units. This way we could at least see if there was somebody down there, which was nice if we wanted to like not have people when we go to the pool. It was available for us to kind of peek at. This is just another shot of the other bedroom. And again, with the clock, it was so nice because then this could just sit in the middle and both beds could easily see what time it was without having to turn it or sit up and kind of look at the clock. in the modern age, I don't know how necessary that is. You could just look at your phone or your watch, but it's still there. And they also had the lamp with the plugs for the beds here. And then onwards to the bathroom. This one was huge. So again, has the weird lock thing, door handle. I don't know if that's an accessibility thing. I think it is because I haven't seen that in the other rooms. I'm not exactly sure how that would help, but I assume it has a reason. We're not needing accessibility. We just ended up with this room. But it is huge. If you were in a wheelchair, I feel like you could easily move around in here. I don't know how accessible reaching up and stuff would be for the shelves and whatnot, but this bathroom, easily you could maneuver around. There were so many more handles and stuff in here than you would typically see, which is amazing. We love to have handles. And so, like, here you can see they also have the shampoo bottles, which I love this so much more than the individual little baby ones that they give you typically, because I have very long, thick hair, so I never have enough. And again, more bars here than typical. Trying to maneuver how to work the shower was a challenge. This wasn't the shower I used. My husband used it. He was a little confused at first. He figured it out. It's not terribly complicated, but just be aware of that. Got some hooks, weird art as per usual. Got a bunch of handles around the toilet. Again, this is an accessible room, so depending on what angles you're going to need for your own needs, like, it's there. This is the main bedroom bathroom. I don't know why I went out of order, but here we are. So here is the main mirror of the room. You've kind of got like a vanity section, and then the shower and toilet are separate. You also have this really, really big, oh, we're not going there yet. Nope, we're going over here to the hand soaps. Then I think I'm going to show you this really big, like, storage space, which is nice. When I got married and stayed at a Staybridge, this is where I had stored my wedding dress, actually. This closet was huge. It was so nice to have. Apparently, they might have them at all of their locations. Again, for the most part, these have been the same, which I love, because then you kind of know what to expect. So we're going to shut those doors. Little scratches and stuff, but again, it's expected. Bathroom. Only thing that I didn't like is that there was no, like, trash can in there, and for women, that's a problem. Please put a trash can next to the toilet if you don't want sanitary things getting flushed. So, typical shower. Mine was easy. I loved it. I love the shampoo and stuff they have here. Always makes your hair super soft and fluffy. I loved it. Got kind of a bow to the shower curtain. Got a light up ahead. Couple towels. Not a whole lot, but again, you don't really need too much. If you need to ask, you can always get more. The door is very tight of a squish. If you're a little bit of a fluffier person, plan accordingly. Almost hit the toilet when it shuts, but it just barely squeaks by. And then one more view of that room, and now on to the single room. So this is the standard one bedroom. So this couch is what we had back in our Utah version, but it's lovely. We love that kind of lounge spot that it has. Again, has a TV and a couple ottomans and things. And then as we turn, there's that more bar style of a counter. This one was fully stocked. And the kitchen is pretty much the same as the other location. I'm going to zoom in and show you the stuff. You get some coffee and tea. Again, pretty standard. Got some outlets up there if you want to charge your laptop, your computer, switch, whatever. And then I think I'm going to walk over here and show you the view. So looking out the window, we got a lovely view of the parking lot. And this hotel is really nice. It's right by a bunch of stuff. We walked over to a restaurant. It's really not far. If you need to go shopping, Target is right there. Driving through here wasn't bad at all. It's kind of a random spot of a hotel, but I loved it because it's not crazy chaos next to an airport. So here we are in the kitchen. We've got the fridge. Again, full-sized fridge. It's going to be the exact same as the other room. You've got that pitcher thing here. A lot of storage. You could buy a lot of food. That's what we did when we honeymooned at a Staybridge. We bought a bunch of food because we didn't want to spend a lot of money after spending a bunch on a wedding. So, again, really short. Cannot reach. There we go. Nailed it. Nothing up there anyways, but wanted to show you just in case you were curious that, in fact, there's nothing above the fridge. And then next to it, you've got the microwave. Above the microwave, really struggling. There we go. Nothing up there either because, you know, we just wanted to make sure there's just the cord. And continuing along, we have got some cabinets next to it. Hi, you can kind of see me in the mirror thing there of the microwave. I felt like this was a lot of space for, like, nothing up there. I don't know why. It felt like a lot of empty, wasted space of a cabinet. There we've got some bowls and cups and things. And then next to it, you've got your mugs and glasses and your measuring cup. And then the next one, you've got your plates and bowls, and then a toaster if you wanted to make some toast while you're there. Again, regular coffee pot, love that. And then you've also got a couple of hand towels and things, your sink, a cutting board, your paper towels, a scrubber thing, a couple cooking utensil things, spatula and spoons and stuff. Then you've got that little stove top, same as the other room. And then you've got your utensils and things here. And then next to it, we've got an empty drawer. And then below, we have got the pots and pans and stuff down here. Again, if you are planning to cook, they've got pretty much everything you would realistically need for cooking on just 2 little stovetops. And then you've got your trash and the extra of the paper towels. And then the dishwasher was running, so we didn't touch it. And then, like I mentioned, this is the 1-bedroom suite. So now we're moving on into the bedroom. Nice thing about here is that they are doors. It's not just kind of an open space thing, like you can actually shut your door to your space. And here it is, nice big desk, nice big bed. And then they have this full-length mirror if you are into having mirrors in your bedrooms. The TV I felt like was in a weird spot because you really couldn't see it from the bed. Like, it's kind of an awkward angle. You'd kind of have to turn it gently and make sure it doesn't fall. And then you have a lovely view of your desk. So that felt like maybe they could have arranged that a little bit better. And again, the door that you cannot have access to. Also, you do kind of lose view out of this window with that TV there. And you still, you just got a lovely view of the parking lot. So not like you're losing a whole lot anyways. And then creeping around here, maybe we're going to see, yep, there we go. Still, again, view of the parking lot and mountains kind of off in the distance. And then here, same thing as the other room. You've got the plug on the lamp and that nice headboard. And then this one, you've got a little ottoman, which is nice if you're like changing and whatever. You got the electrical control panel in here. And then you've got the storage cabinet when you first walk in. We didn't actually stay in this room. We just got to look through it. We had rented it, but we didn't end up needing it. But you've got a little bit of a storage room, not quite as big as the other suite. And you've got your extra bedding there if you need it. And then the little, ironing board and whatever, because some people, for whatever reason, want to iron their clothes when they're on vacation. And then just shut that stuff. And then we're going to turn around here. Eventually, we're getting there. This is why I hate doing voiceovers. Ta-da! There's the sink and the mirror. Pretty standard. It's fine. But you can be getting ready if you were staying with somebody because the bathroom stiffs is separate. Got your towels. And then the door does shut. And there's the light in case you were curious. And here is the shower. It's the same as the other room. And again, a lot easier to control. And there's a couple little scuffs and dings on it, but again, it's a hotel. You kind of expect it. Did have a handle though, and some hooks if you wanted to hang your towels up. And one last look at that doorway, because it doesn't actually have a door for this vanity area. But here we go. This was our stay at Staybridge here in Tennessee. Just wanted to share that. Now we are getting into our rental car and moving on to the next hotel. I will see you all soon.